Hello everybody! We are back again live this week from the Coastal Seafoods Test Kitchen. I'll give you a few minutes to kind of join us. We've got some cool things to talk about today. We've got some fun products to show off. So we'll walk you through some sea bass today. Chilean Seabass is something we get a lot of questions about. So definitely tune in, get your questions ready. I will do my best to try to answer those. And I'm going to show you how to make our Miso Glazed Chilean Seabass, which is a recipe we do have up on our website. It's a very popular one. We do this for a lot of different things. This is something that you'll find us do in our grilling class during the summer times. If you've taken one of those, you may have seen this. But it works year round, and you can definitely do it in your oven. So totally good, fun recipe. We've got a lot of specials going on this weekend, good stuff. We've got some events coming up that we're going to cover, so definitely tune in. Hit the share button, let your friends know that we're live, have them get their questions ready, whether it's cooking or seafood related. We will do our best to answer those. So first things first, the Facebook Live giveaway for you Instagram people. We definitely do a weekly Facebook Live giveaway, so if you haven't signed up for that, or if you haven't hit the like, comment, or share button there, definitely get on that. This week's prize is 2 Chilean Seabass fillets. They're about 8 to 10 ounce fillets. Really nice stuff, so definitely check that out. Tons of fun. Looks like we got a little bit of a question. Oh, nice. Bought some fresh crawdads a few weeks ago. Those are always great. Fortunately, we're kind of out of the season for those now, but they're always fun to have while we get them. We go through a ton of them. People, just an absolute favorite. So super fun. But yeah, for Instagram folks, if you don't partake in our Facebook giveaways, you should definitely check that out. We may start doing some Instagram ones coming up here soon. We're just still working out the logistics of that. So tons of fun stuff. The Chilean Seabass also, as you might imagine, we actually have on feature this week. So we're selling these 8 to 10 ounce portions. Let's see, it's kind of blurred out there. You can see really nice, beautiful fillets. They come like this, and they are 15. I'm going to show our Facebook viewers as well. It's a really nice, beautiful fillet. These are $15.99 each, so you can come in, get fillets, and make this awesome recipe, which I'm going to show you right now. This is so easy to make. All I have here is a little miso glaze that I mixed up ahead of time. We have, again, this recipe is on our website, so you can get the full list of ingredients there. But basically what this is a white miso paste, which you can find basically everywhere. We do have it at Coastal, but you can get it all over the place. So it's white miso paste, mirin, which is kind of a Japanese rice wine thing, very sweet, kind of nice, goes well with the miso. I've got a little rice wine vinegar, a little vegetable oil, and some ginger. Now again, we've got the full recipe online, so if you want to go get the list of ingredients, you can absolutely do that. But I pre-mix this up ahead of time, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle this over my fillet and get it good and coated. So just like this here. See, I'm just kind of pouring it over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of toss it in the glaze. Looks like it's kind of blurring out a little bit here. So go ahead, you can see, just get it good and coated. There you go. It's got that nice, beautiful, kind of nutty color. Really, really gorgeous. And again, I just want a nice, good coating on here. Now, normally what I would probably do is let this marinate for 15 minutes to a half an hour maybe, just to let it kind of, those flavors permeate a little bit. But once we've got it all tossed together, I'm going to go ahead and just set it on this foil lined tray. I'm going to dump out some of this extra glaze on top. And now I've got my oven here preset and preheated to 500 degrees. So at home you just put this on broil. And we're just going to let it cook for 5 to 10 minutes or so. We just want this to just cook through, and we want that miso to caramelize and get nice and golden, and kind of start to char around the edges, and get good and caramelized. This is a great dish, so easy, comes together in a few minutes. And the nice thing about sea bass, for those of you who may not know or have tried to cook it at home, it's actually pretty forgiving. So it's great for a home cook. Its one downfall is usually it's fairly expensive fish. So it's kind of a, maybe a weekend treat or kind of a special weeknight sort of fish. But it's really great. And again, it's on feature this week. Those fillets, $15.99 each. So it's a good deal for sure. And again, this comes together pretty easily. So if you wanted to make a nice little dinner at home, you could absolutely do that. But while that's in the oven and broiling away, we've got some other features as well that we can talk about. We've got our Shoreline Wild Coho Salmon, which is always a favorite. Our customers and you guys have all taken to that pretty heavy. And our friends at Shoreline Wild are awesome. They're just great. All their fish, it's all hook and line caught, so it's as sustainable as a seafood can get. It's all Alaskan salmon. And the stuff that we're carrying now, it's a previously frozen product, but it's what's called FAS, or frozen at sea. Now, frozen at sea is a technique of freezing fish while still on the boat. Basically, that fish is caught and cleaned, and the freezing process begins within 20 minutes of it being caught. So it's right from the water, right to processing, right to freezing, and then it's rapidly frozen down to -40 degrees, which basically locks that fish in. It basically stops the aging process in its tracks. So when we get it in, a lot of times it looks nicer than some of the actual fresh wild salmon we get during wild season. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's super flavorful. It's a really great salmon. For those of you maybe not so familiar with coho, there are 5 different types of salmon. You've got your pink salmon, you've got your sockeye, your coho, your kita, and your king. And so coho kind of falls in the middle range. The sockeye is going to be your leanest of all the salmons. That's why you see that like bright red flesh. It's just very lean, not very fatty, but it has a lot of good flavor. And king, on the other end of the spectrum, is super fatty and super lush, which is also great. So coho falls right in the middle. It's kind of got the best of both worlds. It's got good fat content, and it's also got really good flavor. So you're kind of somewhere in the middle ground. It's absolutely awesome. We've got that on feature for $17.99 a pound this week. So really good deal on that. You can come in, check that out. Our fishmongers will help give you all kinds of different ideas as to what to do with it. Or you can always ask too, is it sashimi grade? So that coho, because it has been previously frozen, you could technically use it for sashimi. Wild salmon traditionally you don't really use for sushi or sashimi, especially when it's fresh, if it hasn't been frozen, because what happens is salmon spawn in fresh water, and that makes them very prone to parasites and things like that. So typically wild salmon isn't used for sushi unless it's been frozen like this. So this you could theoretically use. But otherwise it's great salmon. It's great for broiling or grilling. It's kind of actually warmer out today than it has been the past few days, so you could sneak in a good grill session tonight. Be awesome. And today is Thursday, which also means all salmon is 20% off, so you get even a little bit of a bigger discount on that if you were to come in today. So pretty sweet deal there. Some great stuff. The Shoreline Wild people, again, they're super great to work with. We love carrying their fish. They're just super fun. And on top of that, we've got the sea bass, we've got the coho, and we've also got Regal Springs Tilapia, which is a really nice, very high quality tilapia. It's probably the best tilapia in the world, which sounds weird because tilapia is a fish that carries a lot of stigma with it. There's a lot of weird rumors and myths that kind of float around about tilapia. But when raised right and reared well, it's just a very nice, clean, good fish. It's a great kind of low-cost option too, so if you're looking to incorporate more seafood into your diet, this is a really great way to do it. And these tilapia fillets are absolutely beautiful. Regal Springs does a really great job. Their farms are best aquaculture practices certified, as well as Aquaculture Stewardship Council certified. So again, certified sustainable on 2 different levels. Really great stuff. Quality is just pristine. And I really like using tilapia for a variety of things because it is a pretty mild fish. So using something with a lot of, hitting with a lot of big flavors is great. Blackening seasoning is great for tilapia. You can also, I use it for fish tacos or fish cakes even. Basically, you know, I just throw it in the blender, give it a couple of pulses to kind of break it down a little bit, and then mix it with whatever kind of vegetables I want, form it into my patties, and then either bake or sear it. It's really great for that. So do not underestimate the power of tilapia. It can be a really, really, really great fish. And we've got that on feature for $7.99 a pound. So again, it's a really cost-effective way to, you know, maybe incorporate some more seafood into your diet. Really awesome stuff. Highly suggest check it out. I did mention today we've got salmon for 20% off, but Thursdays it's salmon and whole fish. So we've got all of our different salmon varieties that you can come in and get 20% off on, and then anything that we've got whole is also 20% off. So today, in the case, we had a bunch of really beautiful looking Spanish mackerel. Maybe you saw, if you're on Instagram, I shared a photo of that earlier. Just absolutely beautiful fish. Again, good for a lot of different things. So come in and check that out. There's a few other things too. There's some bronzini in the case, which is something people tend to love quite a bit. I love using bronzini as like a nice whole fish preparation. Stuff it with some oranges and some fennel, roast it off. Actually, I think we have a recipe for that on our website, so you can check that out too. But very cool stuff. So Thursday, salmon and whole fish, 20% off. I'm gonna check this out here, see how we're doing. Oh, it's cooking away. It's starting to look pretty nice. And every day of the week we've got different specials, things like that. If you subscribe to our newsletter, which you definitely should do, go to coastalseafoods.com. Right there on the landing page, there's a button that says click to join newsletter, and do that. You'll get all of our weekly features, you'll get updates on classes, all that stuff. Plus it goes over the different daily specials throughout the week, which stay the same. So Monday we've got 20% off all shrimp. On Tuesdays we offer 20% off entire purchases for seniors and veterans, which is always cool. We've got Wednesdays we do 20% off crab. Thursday again, salmon, whole fish. And then Friday is our educator and student discount. So if you're a student, a teacher, you work in a school, you can come in and get 20% off your order. So again, we do a lot of different things to try to make seafood a little bit more accessible to people. And it's just great. You know, we always have a good time. And the fishmongers, again, are always willing to answer your questions and help you discover something new, maybe, which is super fun. Also coming up, one of everybody's favorite events, the garage sale is coming back. We are doing another garage sale, which is going to be super fun. So it's going to be Saturday, November 30th, and this time it's actually going to be at both locations, Minneapolis and St. Paul. So if you haven't had a chance to experience one of our garage sales yet, they're kind of crazy and super fun. Basically what it is we've got just full cases of frozen seafood, and it all comes sold by the case. So it is bulk buying, but we offer them at extremely good deals. So if you're looking to like fill up your freezer for the wintertime, we usually carry a bunch of different shrimp, we've got different fin fish options, there's usually crab options, all kinds of cool stuff. And we won't know the full product list until basically the day before. So it's pretty random, but we almost always sell out of everything. So again, tons of stuff is gonna be out there at really good discounts. And if you don't have a ton of room, come with some friends. It's a really good way to kind of get out and do something a little bit fun with friends. You know, stock up on seafood. Again, you can get a bunch of shrimp, A lot of times we have lobster tails, things like that. And you can, you buy the case and then you can split it up amongst yourselves however you want to do that. Again, it's a great way to get some really great deals on seafood. And frozen seafood, this even goes back to talking about the coho we were talking about earlier, is a really great option. I think, again, there's a lot of stigma around frozen seafood, but really, some of the highest quality seafood is frozen. The freezing techniques have kind of come a long way over the years, and it helps really preserve that quality. And when we start talking about things like sustainability, frozen seafood is huge in that realm, and it's something that people need to really start to embrace a little bit more, because it helps cut down on waste a lot. It helps keep that fish nice and preserved, which is ideal. So again, really cool stuff, definitely worth checking out. And again, these garage sales, super fun. We always have a good time. We'll have some food samples for you to try, all kinds of stuff. We'll have our soups back, so you can definitely come check that out too. That's the question we've been getting a lot, is where are your soups? But they are on their way. Looks like we have something from Facebook here. Oh, Drew's mom is with us. That's awesome. Hi, Drew's mom. Drew is one of our sales reps on our wholesale side. His mom is a regular watcher, so we always appreciate that. Yeah, so garage sale coming up November 30th. So that is the day after Black Friday, which is frequently referred to as Small Business Saturday. So definitely come out, check us out, hang out for the garage sale. I mean, that's too much. The cases of seafood are a little too heavy for you. You can obviously come into the store. We'll have all kinds of features and specials that weekend too, as per usual. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. Very fun. We're excited for this garage sale. It's going to be a good time. And let me check on this fish and see how we're doing here. Oh, it's starting to caramelize nicely. Gonna give it just another couple of minutes in there, and we should be good to go. It's smelling amazing in here. I cannot stress that enough. That miso just caramelizes and it smells sweet and salty, and it basically hits all those awesome flavor notes that you'd want. So super, super cool. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up with those. I'm more than happy to try to answer those for you. Yeah, so lots of cool stuff coming up. Garage sales, features. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, please do so. We have a lot of subscribers, but I'm always finding people who don't know that that's a thing. So definitely check it out, because it absolutely is a thing. And again, when we do like new class updates and things like that, that all goes into the newsletter first. So super cool. Hey people, how's it going? Yeah, in fact, our classes currently, unfortunately, are sold out, but we are looking at some new dates. So hopefully we will launch some more, because they always just super fun. We have such a great time. Let's see. Do we ever have octopus, and what's the best way to cook it? We always have octopus. Octopus is a favorite thing. It's beautiful. We actually have two varieties of octopus in-house right now. We've got the Spanish octopus, which are smaller. They're about 3 to 4 pound whole, and those come frozen in a block. Those are great. That's usually what people traditionally get. Really great stuff. But we also have right now the giant Pacific octopus, which we sell just by the tentacle, which is about 3.5 pounds per tentacle. Those are great. Those are super fun. We actually just went through a whole bunch of recipe testing with them to figure out the best way to prepare them. And what we have found with the giant octopus, well, let's start with the Spanish octopus. The Spanish octopus is very simple. All you do is defrost it, and once it's thawed, basically put it in a pot of boiling water, along with some aromatics, some carrots, celery, onion, maybe a couple lemon wedges, some garlic, whatever you kind of want to do. You can throw some spices in there, however, or just plain water works, and basically simmer it for an hour. After that hour, pull it out, and then you can kind of slice it up. You can grill it then, you could saute it, but you give it that hour simmer first and then you can sort of do what you want with it. It comes out nice and tender, really beautiful. So with the giant octopus, what we found is what works best is to actually massage it with some salt first for like 10 minutes, because it's got kind of a lot of gooey coating on it that you want to scrub off. And once you get that all scrubbed down, then you can kind of proceed just like you would the Spanish octopus. So either a very short simmer. We've found that if you simmer it for about 8 minutes or so and then pull it and chill it in an ice bath, you can then slice it and basically use it as sashimi. It is very chewy, but that is kind of what it's supposed to be. So it's a very interesting texture. It's delicious. It tastes absolutely awesome that way. In fact, I shared a photo recently of some octopus sashimi that was pretty cool. Otherwise, again, simmer it for an hour, pull it out, again, into an ice bath and chill it. And after that, sear it in a pan, throw it on a grill, cut it up and saute it with kind of whatever else you want. Works really, really well. It's really delicious. The Pacific octopus has a different flavor than the Spanish, but it's absolutely excellent. Super, super good. Yeah, definitely come down and try it. Again, it's something we've been working on for a while to figure out, because people had questions. What's the best way to cook it? How do we approach this? And we really wanted to, figure it out to make it accessible to you. And turns out it's not too difficult, and it's really, really delicious. So definitely come in, check that out. Let's see how we're doing down here. Oh yeah, we're looking great. Okay, so what we have here now is our completed Miso Glazed Salmon. I just want to show you this because this color is outrageous. Look at that. Beautiful golden brown, just starting to char on the outsides. This is exactly what you want. So you serve this with some rice, maybe some sauteed greens, some spinach, something like that. It's really, really absolutely gorgeous. So good. And so easy. Again, all you do is mix the glaze, toss it with the fish, and you're good to go. So let's check out how we're looking here. Oh, it's so just tender and juicy. You can see on the inside, I should try to show you here. Ooh, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. You can see just how beautiful that fish looks on the inside there. So, so, so easy. If this isn't making you hungry, I don't know what's gonna, because this is probably one of my favorite recipes of all time. So, so good. That fish stays just nice and moist in there. And it's got this just beautiful sweet and salty crust on it. Absolutely stunning. So, so good. So I hope you make this. Again, we have the full recipe up on our website. So if you want the full ingredients for the glaze, definitely go there. You'll get all the cooking instructions and stuff. Super, super good. Again, these portions are $15.99 each this weekend, so it's a good deal. Again, we know Chilean Seabass, not the cheapest of fish, but definitely worth the splurge every once in a while. So if you've been waiting for it to go on feature, this is a great time to do it. These portions are super easy to work with. They are skinless, they are boneless, so they're perfect for doing this glaze. Again, $15.99 a pound, really good deal. I'm sorry, not a pound each, $15.99 each. Plus we've got the coho, so you can come in and get some of that, $17.99 a pound. And then we've got the Regal Springs Tilapia, $7.99 a pound. So great deals. Hopefully we'll see you come in this weekend. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment. Please feel free to send us a direct message, call the store, come into the store, however you want to do it. We will try to answer those questions as best as possible. What would you compare the consistency of sea bass for those who don't normally eat fish cooked? Well, sea bass it's an interesting texture. It's a little bit different. The closest thing I can really almost compare it to is like a scallop. But if you're not familiar with like the consistency of cooked scallop, that's a tough one because it's pretty unique. It's very juicy. It's a very fatty fish, so it's got a very kind of lush texture to it. very soft, but also fairly firm and meaty. Maybe along the lines of like, almost like a chicken thigh, I guess, like a really well-baked chicken thigh. It could kind of be compared to that. Obviously it's got a very different flavor, but texture-wise, it's sort of got that kind of juiciness, that sort of softness. It's got that smoothness to it that's really nice. That might be the closest I can get, trying to compare to something outside of the fish world. And even a lot of other fish don't have this texture. This is why this is such a popular seafood item to begin with, because it is very unique, and it's very just delicious. It's got great flavor, great texture, super, super good. So absolutely worth checking out. And if you, again, have been waiting for sea bass to go on special, because it's not something that goes on special very often. We do carry it all the time, but it's just by nature kind of an expensive fish. So we have it now. So $15.99 each. Hopefully we'll see you this weekend. Again, hit us with your questions whenever they come to you. We try to always be available. So hopefully we will hear from you soon. Mark your calendars for the garage sale. We've got our Facebook event page up, so you can go and click that you're going, and then you'll get your reminder. And Instagram, we will get you taken care of too. So yeah, we will see you all next week, and have a good weekend.